Keep up the good work. All right. You bet, sir.
Hey Bob, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. It's looking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful.
What are you doing? Taking a video?
Yep.
Old and new.
So Bob, have you been enjoying this so far?
Oh yeah, it's great.
What do you like about it?
Well, I'm an old guy. I like old paintings. I like historical painting, historical things. I like painting realism. And I enjoy all the comments I've been getting.
What are some of the comments?
Well, from the elderly, they instantly recognize it. People come in and tell me that they got had some of these old cars. People tell me they used to ride by on their bicycles when they were kids. All kinds of things. It's a pleasure.
Is there anything particular about this mural that is enjoyable to you?
I love painting murals.
I'm talking about the content of it, or the colors of it, or
All the architecture and the dress of people back then. I've always been interested in that.
the architecture and the dress of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to recreate that. Are you embellishing it all, or are you just completely restoring?
That I'm really not sure. I think some of my style and attention to detail is kind of taking over in this production. So. Because, like I said before, I paint realism, and a lot of the lines and colors are lost. So I kind of paint it like I would see it.
So it's almost like you're collaborating with Bruce Rickett.
Yeah. I hope he likes it. Back to the day of this era.
Start that again. What take? Go ahead.
What takes me back to this era, or what takes me back there, is all the signage was done by hand. You know, there was no instant print or.
They weren't using fonts.
No, they were. Well, there were some fonts developed. A font is a letter style. Like if you all the different companies got all their own designer names to them.
But they weren't mechanized.
Yeah, back then it used to be brushstroke, Helvetica, or block, you know? Oh, and Times Roman. And that, as a sign writer, you know, if you knew how to do that and lay it out by hand and had a brush, you could be a sign painter. You know? Norman Rockwell, he was a sign painter, billboard artist.
So this is the magic cleaners.
Right. I'm just putting in the solid colors because it's somewhat translucent. So you block it in to get the bulk of it, and then you get a smaller brush. Cut the lettering in. Power lines. Back in 37, you know, if you had electricity in your house, you were in high cotton then, you know. I don't know if this was co-sponsored by the power company.
You mean the mural itself?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But it was painted based on the photographs, and certainly the power lines that you're talking about were in the photograph.
Yeah. Well, you're the historian, right?
Yeah, but I just go by with the photo just like you do. And you're right, not everybody had electricity.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had electricity. Oh, another thing I liked was the lamp posts. You ever watch American Pickers?
No, American Pickers.
Yeah, it's on either Discovery Channel or History Channel.
What is that show about?
It's about these guys that go around the country and they looking for old bicycles, old cars, old signs, you know. But,
so they're picking up stuff everywhere.
Yeah, they call it picking. They have their own stores, you know. I think one's in Indiana and another one's, I don't know, South Carolina or something like that. And, they travel across country. They come across a lot of cool stuff. Old gas pumps. They really like that stuff. And they turn around and sell it. Kind of like a sophisticated garage selling kind of a thing. Yard sale.
So the street lamps kind of fit into that.
Yeah. Sure these I don't know what you would call them, these towers or pavilions, if they were open space or glass.
I don't know either. I'd have to look at the photo.
Well, I'm looking at that painting and I can't tell.
Yeah. And the painting's what you're going on.
But that would be cool. Get up underneath there and, you know, have it all open space. Pigeons all over the place. That's one thing I don't like about outdoor painting.
Pigeons?
Pigeons and seagulls.
Have you had any here?
Oh, there's a few droppings here and there.
Just flybys. Nobody coming to roost.
Bombardiers. through that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, if you was a really good sign writer, you could do gold leaf. I learned how to do gold leaf, and then they came out with what I call the liquid stick. You know, the cut out vinyl letters. And businesses, you know, they're so temporary anymore. Nothing's really established in there, you know. Lawyers used to have gold leaf signs, ambulances and fire trucks, really trick stuff. Now everything's lick and stick. Well, vinyl leather. So it's I'm glad I could still do it, and there's still a niche.
Tell me again what people are telling you about the mural and about your work.
Well, they're all complimentary, you know, telling me I'm doing a wonderful job. And they really appreciate this mural. Getting complimented all the time. Offers for a cup of coffee. I'm a coffeeholic, but you know, I gotta get this thing done, so. Takes too long. Thank God old Schultz lets people go into their bathroom now. You know, dressed like this, who would let me in? You know? I painted a guy's house a couple of times. He's lives down there off of Greenview Drive. He's about 80 years old now, I guess. He came here to get himself a pound of coffee. Him and his wife like Starbucks coffee. And he walked, I was taking a small break, sitting in my truck. And then along comes Richard Whiteside. Passed right in front of my truck. I said, "Hey, Richard." And he said, "Bob, what are you doing here?" And I pointed back there, and he says, "What?" And he says, what are you doing up here? I thought you quit painting houses. So I showed him all these houses. Yeah, it was good seeing him. I know a few people up here that I painted when I used to paint houses, you know. Doing there's a house down the street built in 1906. That was fun working on that house. They remodeled it, but they wanted to keep some of the you know, glass doorknobs and cool things like that, you know. But they had 100-year-old wallpaper on there, and I had to strip it off, and there was wallpaper, paint, wallpaper, a couple more coats of paint, and then some wallpaper again. That was a job.
So Bob, how would you describe why people appreciate this mural so much?
I've had people come by here and they've been coming by here for years. Until it got any color on here, they didn't even notice it. And I didn't notice that. And now it's being noticed, you know? So it's coming back to life. Which is pretty cool in my book. I ran out of cards because people are so interested. Hey, buddy, you got a card? So if they got any exterior work, they gotta wait until fall. Or they gotta wait. Or if they got any interior work, they gotta wait until fall. That's what I meant to say. I'm kind of dyslexic like that. Get it? Dyslexic? I had one lady stop by. She wanted to know if I could put more people of color in here. Well, I explained to her that this is a restoration project. She wanted more women in here. I think there's a pretty good representation of women in here. percentage-wise, I wasn't here back then, but this whole city is diverse in that ethnicity. So I explained to her that I can only reproduce as is, as was. So that's that. I think that's the only somewhat negative comment that I've gotten in doing this.